In construction, R value measures a material's ability to resist the flow of heat. It is a metric of insulation. The higher the number, the less the outside world can touch you. Ethelgard Logistics had a fascination with insulation. On floor 19, the R value wasn't a number, it was a hunger. Contractor Halloway was a man who hated three things: union reps, cheap coffee, and bad air circulation. He was the best HVAC specialist in the tri-state because he didn't believe in ghosts. He believed in particulate matter. He was hired to fix a blockage in the plenum, the crawl space between the ceiling tiles and the roof, a dark, narrow gap filled with cables, dust, and insulation. Halloway crawled on his stomach across the suspension beams. The air up there was hot and stagnant. He paused to adjust his flashlight. That's when he felt it. A sharp, stinging itch on his left forearm. He rolled up his sleeve. There was a tiny, glimmering splinter embedded in his skin. It looked like glass, pink glass. He tried to pull it out with his tweezers. It didn't slide out. It broke off. Halloway cursed. He assumed it was just cheap fiberglass, the pink cotton candy-looking stuff used in old buildings. But standard fiberglass doesn't throb. He ignored it. He had a job to do. He crawled deeper into the dark. That's when the smell hit him. The ventilation fans died. The stillness in the crawl space was heavy. In the stillness, Halloway smelled something sweet. It didn't smell like dead rats or mold. It smelled like burnt sugar, like cotton candy left on a hot radiator. Halloway knew that smell. It was phenol formaldehyde resin, the binder used to glue insulation fibers together. But you only smell it when the insulation is fresh, when it's being made. The insulation in this ceiling was 30 years old. It shouldn't be smelling like it was just born. Halloway's elbow knocked his wrench off the beam. It hit the sheet metal below with a loud clang. The echo rang out in the darkness. And then the walls answered. It wasn't a roar. It was a dry, rasping rustle. Halloway shined his flashlight to the left. The sea of pink insulation rolls, stacked against the wall, was moving. It wasn't walking, it was expanding. The pink fibers were untangling themselves, rising up like a slow, fluffy tide. They were reacting to the vibration of the wrench. The insulation wasn't trying to eat him. It was trying to dampen the sound. Halloway scrambled backward. He shouted, "Hey, is someone there?" The moment he shouted, the pink tide surged forward. It moved faster than a man could crawl. It washed over his boots. It didn't feel like cotton. It felt like millions of microscopic needles. Halloway kicked. The fibers shredded his pant legs. His skin burned. He realized the rule too late. The material craved silence.
Every sound he made, every grunt, every kick was a vibration that needed to be absorbed. He tried to hold his breath. He lay perfectly still. The rustling stopped. The pink mass hovered inches from his face, vibrating gently. The smell of burnt sugar was overpowering. Then his radio chirped. "Halloway, check in."
The noise was instantaneous. The insulation collapsed on top of him. It didn't crush him. It was soft. It filled his ears first, then his nose. Then, when he opened his mouth to scream, it filled his throat. It was dry, so dry, it sucked the moisture from his tongue and the sound from his vocal cords. Halloway screamed, but the R value was too high. The sound couldn't leave his body. They found him 3 weeks later during a scheduled renovation. They didn't find a body. They found a lump in the wall. Contractor Halloway was wrapped in layers of pristine pink fiberglass. When they cut him out, he was perfectly preserved. The formaldehyde had mummified him. His eyes were open. His mouth was open in a scream, but the room was quiet, perfectly, efficiently quiet. Case file 0003 closed. Status: insulated.